Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris, and on today's video we're going to talk about a fragrance by the house of Loewe. So Loewe is one of the fragrance brands that no one ever talks about, but it has fantastic fragrances. So approximately, I think a couple of years ago, they launched the Eau de Parfum version of Esencia, which is a fragrance that was launched, I think, back in the 70s or 80s. I can't remember the exact time frame, but this fragrance is a flanker of that. So they essentially have grabbed that fragrance and modernized it. They have moved all of their fragrances over to this bottle, even their private range. Give or take, they have changed the actual caps on those. I think they're concrete, and these caps are made out of wood, and I think they're sustainably sourced if I read the website correctly. So let me get this out of here. But this is what the bottle looks like. It is a forest green type of glass. It is transparent, although because the glass is so dark, it's hard to see inside. If you do put it up to light, which you're not supposed to, you can see the liquid inside of it. So that's nice. The original one is a green frosted type of color. Now that's not the original bottle, that's the newer version of the bottle, but the original fragrance Eau de Toilette does come in a green bottle, which you cannot see inside of. So very simplistic packaging. I think it looks beautiful. I think on any counter it will give you that simplistic vibe that the brand of Loewe does give, and they're also very artsy at the same time. So very exciting packaging, if you ask. This fragrance was launched in 2018. It's a reinterpretation of the original Eau de Toilette. And they kind of kept a lot of the DNA there, which is really nice because the original one, yes, it's great, but it's great for its time when it was launched. But the original one obviously does not translate into today's market, into the younger generations as well. So they did launch this one, and I think that they kind of kept that original vibe, which was kind of greener, more earthy of a fragrance, and actually implemented it into the new flanker. And I think, in my opinion, this one's even better because it has depth and dimension. While the original one is great, it's classic, it's green, it's very much a traditional men's fragrance. This one actually adds depth and nuances and layers to the actual fragrance itself, which is saying a lot because traditionally the flanker is never better than the original one. I'm not saying that it's better, but in today's market, I think that this one reads a lot better than most other fragrances out there on the market. So let's get into notes. It has at the top juniper, green pepper, lavender, red pepper. In the heart, we're going to get cedar, basil, and tarragon. In the base, we're going to get sandalwood, vetiver, moss, patchouli, and tonka bean. So this fragrance is very much a tarragon and moss fragrance. It also plays really well into that juniper, which are original notes that it brings over from the classic fragrance. Overall, the fragrance is still earthy, it's still green, but it adds really great dimension and mossy notes at the base, and it does mossy in a very modern type of way. So think of Celine, make it minimal and modern at the same time. I think that this fragrance does it very, very well. I do think one thing that if you do go into a department store, this is not going to be one that hits you right in the face and makes you purchase it. It's one that you do have to wear and try out. And then with time, obviously, it will sell you on the fragrance because it just lingers on. The projection and longevity for this fragrance, I have to say, are phenomenal, which I did get this fragrance for Christmas, and I want to say thank you to my nieces and nephews for obviously reading my Christmas list, which is supposed to be private, but anywho. Great fragrance, great longevity. I did try it on Christmas. I was able to still smell it at the end of the day, and I did decide to try it a couple of days following Christmas, and I have to say, it did wear very, very well. The fragrance leaves a nice trail behind you. It has projection, it has longevity. Everything you want out of a fragrance, it has it. It is an Eau de Parfum. And in today's market, I know that Eau de Parfum, parfums, elixir don't mean anything because kind of some of them are just watered down at this point. So the Eau de Parfum in this is very true. It does have great projection, great longevity, and great sillage and trail. So that is something that you want when you're paying at this price point, which let's get into price point. It is a little pricey. So on the Loewe website, they have four sizes available. They have 50 mils, 100 mils, 150 mils, and 200 mils. So if we go and get the smallest size, which is 50 mils or 1.7 fluid ounces, the price for that would be 170 US dollars, which is a lot of money for a 50 ml bottle. I that's fairly small, you're not going to be able to really enjoy the fragrance. And I know a lot of people are going to go for the 100 ml size. If you decide to go for the 100 ml size, which is the size that I got, that is going to retail for 230 US dollars, which that's a lot of money as well. They also do have bigger sizes if you really do enjoy the fragrance, which I think a lot of people will. And the 150 mils size is going to retail for 275 US dollars. And if you decide to get the big boy, the big bottle, that is going to retail for 305 US dollars. So it is expensive. You can find it at discounters because this brand's not that popular, but nonetheless, the fragrance is not a cheap one. It does wear very well. The quality's there. I do think that the fragrance smell is really, really good. You get that earthy quality, you get those new dimensions that are added into this new flanker. It's just an overall great fragrance, in my opinion. It's more masculine, so just do take that into consideration because some people are going to want to wear this as a unisex fragrance. And the Eau de Parfum can, I don't think that the Eau de Toilette can. So if you are going to wear this one, do take into consideration that it may be taken more as a masculine scent. So what do you think of this fragrance? Do you like the Loewe Esencia line? Do you not? Have you tried any Loewe fragrance? Don't forget to comment all of that down below. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more fragrance related content. Happy New Year, you guys. I hope to see you in the new year of 2025. Be safe.